awful. Just 3 players, huh? Well, the upside of not having many friends is that you'll each get to draw more times. Come on, let's go. Okay, I'm sending a title to each of your devices. Something kind of strange, like Sexy Owl or Mark Cuban. Draw a picture on your device that would have that title, and when you're done, hit send. And you'll get points for each player that can correctly guess your title. So, good luck! Alright, all your pictures are in. Oh man, I can't wait for you to see them. Now, use your device to type in what you think the title for this picture could have been. Or better yet, something you think could trick the other players into thinking it's the title. You'll get points for every player that picks your answer. Alright, here are your choices. Now pick the title you think really inspired this drawing. Alright, who picked what? I don't know what to say about that one, so I won't say anything. Let's take a look at our next piece of art. Type in a convincing title now. Here are your choices. And here are your picks. Nobody got that one. Well, okay then. Put in your titles now. And here are your choices. Here's everybody's picks. You're a weird bunch of players. Okay, get ready to draw again. The new titles should be on your devices now. All the pictures are in. And this one.
Hey!
Okay, here are your choices.
Hey!
What did everybody pick?
Hey!
I think this is about peanut butter, but who knows? Type in your titles now. And here are your choices. Here's everybody's picks. I should probably be saving these drawings or something. Enter anything that could almost make sense now.
Hey!
here are your picks. Boom! Everybody got it right. Let's do this drawing thing one last time. I have all your pictures now. Okay, these are weird. Let's look at them. Enter your titles now. And here are your choices. All right, who picked what? I might try to forget any of this ever happened. Okay, let's do this again.
Hey!
Okay, here are your choices.
Hey!
Here's everybody's picks. It's a metaphor. And our next weird doodle.
Hey! Here are your choices. Hey!
And here are your picks. That really, really disturbs me.
Just a quick reminder to ask Cookie if he's lost any weight lately, even though he clearly hasn't.
So this telecommuting thing, I mean, are people getting sick of Andy being on the TV? Shouldn't he be here?
Well, I mean, that's why I'm hoping this telecommuting thing works, because...
This is You Don't Know Jack 2015. I'm your host, Cookie Masterson. And hey, wipe that smile off your face. This is serious. Okay, just kidding. There will be farts and stuff. Okay, you two, I want a fair fight. None of this, or this, or this. You all take care of those screws now. You can force another player to answer immediately by hitting your screw button. If they miss it, you win extra bonus dollars. And our wrong answer of the game is sponsored by...
the San Francisco Otter Choir. Free concerts every Wednesday, except for mating season.
Sniff out our sponsor's wrong answer of the game and you'll end up with a great prize and serious cash. Alright, here we go.
Get ready, time for question 1.
Okay, to get things started, Bootyful. Let's analyze one of Kim Kardashian's body parts. About what percentage of Kim Kardashian's brain is just made up of water? 10%, 40%, 80%, or 100%? Players 1 and 2? What kind of dried, shriveled up brains have you been looking at? Why didn't you pick this? Kim Kardashian's brain, and everybody else's brain for that matter, is made up of about 80% water. But that other 20% is just so round and firm, I can't stop thinking about it.
Oh, Mama, gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Say it so.
Take a stab at. His acting is alright. So, you know how they called Matthew McConaughey's resurgence as an actor his McConaissance? Well, if Matthew McConaughey is currently experiencing a McConaissance, then what period of his life just ended? The McCona Dark Ages, the McCona Industrial Age, the McCona Middle Ages, or the McCona Enlightenment Age? Player 1. Nuh-uh. Player 2. The Renaissance first occurred in Italy in the late 14th century, immediately following the Middle Ages. So the McConaissance would follow the McCona Middle Ages. Which is funny because most Renaissance sculptures also need to put on a damn shirt.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Take a good look at. Brought to you by the letter U-nibrow.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right. Question.
And if you get this one right, I'll rustle up some extra moolah for you. Arrange these Sesame Street characters in order of fewest to most eyebrows. Bert, Ernie, the Count. Ernie, Bert, the Count. Bert, Ernie, the Count. The Count, Bert, Ernie, or Ernie, the Count, Bert. Watch the time. Player 1. Player 2. Honest mistake. Oh, honestly. Ernie has no eyebrows at all, Bert has one long single eyebrow, and the Count has two eyebrows! And yet, none of them have ever blinked. Here's one I like to call Duck, Duck, Swan. Say the cast of Duck Dynasty attends a performance of Swan Lake and thinks there are real waterfowl on stage. In their confusion, which character would they most likely shoot? Siegfried, Benno, Von Rothbart, or Odette? Player 2. Whoa! Player 1. Odette is a princess who has been turned into a swan, so the Duck Dynasty crew would probably fill her full of lead. Especially if they find out she once fooled around with a lady swan in college.
5 fingers!
It's time for The Man in the Backwards Yellow Hat, and it's a dis or dat. Player 2, your score is hurting. Play this dis or dat and try and help it out. I'm going to read off 7 things, and for each one you tell me if it's an alleged antic by pop star Justin Bieber or an antic by the classic children's book character Curious George. If it's Justin Bieber, press the square button. If it's Curious George, press the circle button. Player 1. Select your answer before Player 2, because if you get it right and Player 2 gets it wrong, you get that cash. Ready? Let's go. Peed in a mop bucket. Broke his leg falling from a fire escape. Arrested for falsely reporting a fire. Egged a house. Got high on ether. Fed a bugle to an ostrich. Went to a Brazilian brothel. Forget George, I'm curious how someone could do this badly. I think we can all agree it's time for that little bastard to get deported. And then it's your turn, Bieber. That's the end of a thrilling first round. Keep in mind, all the prizes are doubled in round 2. And keep in mind, the wrong answer of the game is still there for the taking. Okay, we're bringing it on. Open wide for Dumber and Dumberer 2. So, there's Dumb and Dumber, and then there was Dumb and Dumberer, and then Dumb and Dumber 2. Makes perfect sense. Now, going back a few decades, there was The Odd Couple and The Odd Couple 2. So, if another remake of The Odd Couple used the superlative adjective, it would be called The Blank Couple. Odd, odder, oddest, or odderest. Player 1. Now that's just the dumberest answer I ever heard. Player 2. Odd is the adjective, odder is the comparative adjective, and oddest is the superlative adjective. But of course, everyone who made the original Odd Couple movies is dead, which means it's the perfect time for Rob Schneider to swoop in and revitalize the franchise.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
Why not try Let It Go, Let It Go, Let It Go? At which temperature would Olaf from the movie Frozen melt and die? 30 degrees Kelvin, 30 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 degrees Celsius, or 30 degrees Rankine? He's a snowman. Players 1 and 2. 30 degrees is below freezing in Fahrenheit and insanely below freezing in Kelvin and Rankine. But it's pretty balmy in Celsius, about the equivalent of 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And I know, blah blah blah, he can magically be saved, but I'm talking about what would happen in the real world to a talking snowman.
Follow me down to the sea.
Let's try Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
First spotted in 1879. Kangaroo, Peanuts, Albert Einstein, or Uranus. Player 1. Good effort. Good effort. Player 2. That answer has a hole in it. Were you thinking of this one? Albert Einstein was first spotted in 1879, the year he was born. Probably by a midwife or something, over a century after Uranus was discovered and even longer after kangaroos and peanuts. I've heard baby Einstein cried a lot because he left behind some important equations on the uterine wall. Try this on for size. Wine or lose? If the Washington Redskins rebranded themselves with a non-offensive red-skinned mascot, what could they be called? The Washington Chardonnays, the Washington Malbecs, the Washington Pinot Blancs, or the Washington Rieslings? Player 2, do something! Players 1 and 2? This isn't going to go with dinner at all. Want to see the right answer? Chardonnays, Pinot Blancs, and Rieslings are all white-skinned grapes, but the Malbec grape is red. Although to a connoisseur like myself, Malbec is very offensive. Oh yes, I do say that was quite a burn. Coming up, I want to lick and roll all night. If Kiss singer Gene Simmons' tongue grew to the average length of an adult giraffe's, how deep into a woman's mouth could he stick it when he kissed her? About 5 inches deep, about 10 inches deep, about 20 inches deep, or about 30 inches deep? Player 1. Could be worse, in theory. Player 2. An adult giraffe's tongue is on average about 18 to 20 inches long. So that's about how deep into a woman's mouth a giraffe-tongued Gene Simmons could stick it. And if Gene Simmons' neck grew to the length of an adult giraffe's, he may not even need women anymore. Step right up to the Jack Attack. When you see 2 clues that match, press the X button. Oh, do you need to be somewhere? My mistake. Here's your clue. Your house is made of what? What materials are their houses made from? Good luck. Hey, Player 2, I got news for you. If you were trying to lose, you can't even do that well. Here's another late-breaking news item.
You don't know Jack!
I am Cookie Masterson, and I shaved my nipples for this, so let's hurry before it grows back. Like, we need to get moving now. 2 players? What happened? Did you lose your pieces to Battleship? There's your hardware. If you think an opponent doesn't know the answer, hit your screw button and you'll force them to answer immediately. If they miss it, you win big. And today's wrong answer of the game is being brought to you by
Flavored eye drops. Why let your mouth have all the fun? Flavored eye drops.
If you happen to find our sponsor's wrong answer of the game, you'll be rewarded with big prizes and cash. All right, let's do this thing.
Get ready, time for question 1.
Let's start with Eat, Pray, Die. Which of these Julia Roberts characters would Jack the Ripper have been most likely to savagely murder? Erin Brockovich, Vivian Ward, Tess Ocean, or Liz Gilbert? Player 2? No. Player 1. Vivian Ward is the name of the prostitute Julia Roberts plays in Pretty Woman, and almost all of serial killer Jack the Ripper's alleged victims were female prostitutes, so he'd probably have just loved to murder her. I can see it now. He'd open the box with his knife in it, she'd reach in and he'd playfully shut it, snapping her fingers. She'd laugh, he'd laugh, then he'd kill her.
Oh, mama, gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Tell you so.
And on its way, If I Only Had a Brain Trust. Suppose the Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz faced off against the Wicked Witch of the West in a public debate. If he wanted to use a straw man argument against her, what might he do? Attack the Wicked Witch's character rather than the issues? Misrepresent the Wicked Witch's position on the issues? Prove the Wicked Witch wrong using statistical data? Or interrupt the Wicked Witch before she finishes her points? Player 1, not much time left. Player 1. Ooh, ouch. Player 2. It's so obvious. A straw man argument purposefully misrepresents an opponent's position in order to strike it down. Here's how I would debate the Wicked Witch. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the 2 candidates you see here tonight is a Wicked Witch. Thank you, I yield the rest of my time.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Next up, getting naughty. And this dis or dat leg's being tied up. Player 2, your score is pretty lame. Why don't you play this one? I'm gonna read off 7 names, and for each one you tell me if it's the name of a necktie knot or the name of a sex position recommended by Women's Health magazine. If it's a necktie knot, press the square button. If it's a sex position, press the circle button. Player 1. Try to lock in your answer before Player 2, because if Player 2 gets it wrong, but you get it right, you'll steal that cash. Okay, we're off. The Half Windsor. The Valedictorian. The Prince Albert. The Trinity. The Caboose. The Chairman. The Four in Hand. It appears your score likes to be on bottom. My usual sex position is also the way I usually tie a tie, alone in front of a mirror. And now, shop till everyone drops. Say at Christmas time, every single item at your local mall sells out. According to a popular grim fairy tale, which of these stores has the best chance to be magically stocked overnight by hardworking elves? Foot Locker, Radio Shack, Victoria's Secret, or LensCrafters? Goodness, Player 1, you're screwed. You got 5 seconds to give me an answer. Well played, screw player 2. Want a little more money? Where's that confounded right answer? In the grim fairy tale, The Elves and the Cobbler, a poor shoemaker is given some much-needed help by elves who appear in the middle of the night. And while the shoemaker made a nice profit, the elves were trampled to death on Black Friday. Player 2, I think your vision's blurred. But clear your eyes tastefully with these flavored eye drops. All those in flavor, say aye. You'll be happy to know this wrong answer if the game comes with $4,000. Congrats. This one's known as Okia Dokia. If you're driving between company headquarters, which trip should be the shortest? IKEA to Kia? Player 2, you're screwed. You got 5 seconds to pick an answer. Nokia is based in Finland, and IKEA is based right next door in Sweden. Kia is based in South Korea. Whether it's phones, furniture, or cars, if it's got Kia in the name, you know it's gonna be cheap. I mean inexpensive. Inexpensive! Sadly, player 1, you're the one who got screwed. That'll wrap up round 1. Don't forget, all the questions in round 2 are worth double. And don't be afraid to use those screws. You didn't come here to make friends. Here's a good one.